Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel and the July 3rd edition, 1994, of the Wrestling Challenge Review Series. Very basic stuff here as we continue into the overall summer of 1994. Headed towards SummerSlam, usually start hyping it right after King of the Ring, it appears, at least in this time frame. As we move towards SummerSlam 94, the Undertaker versus Undertaker goofiness is the main focus of that foray. And we move, as mentioned, into the basics foray there. Includes an interview with Duke Josie. Duke Josie says he's in the WWF to take out the trash. Lex Luger defeats Dwayne Gill with a torture rack. Luger hits Gill, who eventually becomes Gillberg in 1998 after all his loyal years of service. Also, little known fact, they did do a 1 or 2 match tryout as the Ninja Turtles before Vince got shut down and sued for his involvement with the Ninja Turtle idea, because he didn't have the rights to the characters, obviously. Lex Luger, though, does defeat Dwayne Gill by submission with the torture rack. Luger kind of lacking a summer feud, although when Tatanka turns on him, that is rectified. The Undertaker with Ted DiBiase defeats the Black Phantom, doing all the basic Undertaker spots. Of course, this is the Faker Taker of Brian, otherwise known as Brian Lee, friend of real life or traditional or original Undertaker Mark Calloway. And so DiBiase's Undertaker versus Undertaker thing goes pretty well, doing all the main spots and covering the eyes with the hair, so very few can tell the difference. I actually saw the other Undertaker on the house show tour, and you really couldn't tell much of a difference there. Although, to be fair, the Black Phantom was pinned by Tatanka. So just flip that into line. For some reason, I thought of the Black Phantom against the Undertaker, probably because a masked man and a dead man made sense. But Undertaker hits all his spots on Tony DeVito, who later becomes a member of the Baldies. And then we see, he hits the tombstone, and Ted DiBiase is happy with his investment in this Undertaker, at least through SummerSlam. Anyway, we move this forward into Quang defeating Miguel Ronaldo defeating Miguel Ronaldo with a sidekick. Very basic match here. Quang not really one to take too many backward steps in this particular endeavor. Spinning sidekick, karate chops, and the like. Quang still endorsed by Harvey Whippleman at the time. Whippleman losing control of Atom Bomb in previous weeks, as we've discussed on this particular program, and ultimately managing to go around there to get things handled. Anyway, Tatanka is pretty aggressive, although Quang going away from the all-red or the all-black mask and now going to red and gold. So don't know if they are changing Quang up, but he, within a year, is under more traditional things. Typhoon comes back for what amounts to be a couple of months here. Typhoon, of course, one half of the Natural Disasters, otherwise known as Fred Ottman, doesn't stay on the road very long. I think he's here just for the summer, something like that. Doesn't stay very long at all, and manages to get things going there. He defeats Corey Stewart with a splash, big splash in the corner, a couple of clotheslines, and the big splash for Typhoon, getting him the victory. IC champion, Intercontinental champion Diesel, facing off against PJ Walker, otherwise known as Just Incredible. Pretty impressive match there. Of course, Shawn Michaels along with Diesel, and they continue their friendship through the summer of 1990, or through the fall of 94, specifically breaking up the Survivor Series, back elbows by Diesel, sidewalk slam, and eventually the 4 ultimately the power bomb and a victory for Diesel, who is still your Intercontinental Champion for another couple of months as he loses that belt to none other than Razor Ramon at SummerSlam. Walter Payton in Razor's corner, which is announced within the next few weeks here. Duke the Dumpster Droese says he's ready to take out the trash, guys like Jeff Jarrett and the ilk, and ultimately that's where that goes. We see Owen Hart coming out next and closing out the show, actually, with an enhancement match here. Owen Hart, of course, now the King of Hearts, and that's how he wants to be known, having won the King of the Ring just a few short, days before, about a week or two ago. Owen Hart wrapping the leg of his opponent around the steel post. His opponent in this particular advent of a match is Jim Powers. Hart basically spends the whole match working over the leg until he can get the sharpshooter on and get the victory that way. We'll be back with more right after this.